बस 2 मिनट में रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट कर। ओके, ठीक है, लेट्स स्टार्ट। नमस्ते एवरीवन, thank you again for joining us. So this is our 4th week since we started this lecture series. So far we have received very good response, but if there is any suggestion or any feedback that you would like to share with us, please do so in the WhatsApp group. Although we have received some suggestions from Razdan sir to document this entire series and to transcribe the lecture. So we will start some work on that very soon. We have some experts in our group. We will talk to them and we will do something in that regards. So anything else other than that, please let us know if you have any feedback for us. So let's start today's session. Razdan sir.
Shekhar explained up to the last. You have to go to one page back.
So
we have to start from Aparna.
Oh, okay.
That page ahead of this.
This is page number 7.
Page number 7, yes. Last but third line you have to go.
Okay, here, Aparna. Yes.
Aparna, yes.
You can start from here.
Up to this place, Shekhar had given a comprehensive explanation for this. From Aparna onwards,
Sure.
Aparna, Shambhari, Maya, Mandira, Mriduhasini, Kulavagi, Shuri, Nitya, Nitya Klina, Krishodhari, Kameshwari, Chinilacha, Virunda, Vahinivasini, Lambodari, Mahakali, Vidya, Videshwari, Tatha, Nareshwari, Satya, Sarvasaubhagyavardhini, Sankarshini, Narasimhi, Vaishnavi, Mahodari, Katyayani, Champa, Sarvasampati Karini. Shekharji.
No.
Aparna.
So the next nama that we have is Aparna. The word Aparna is interpreted in 2 different ways by splitting the word in 2 different types. It's a samastha, it's a compounded word. One is Aparna. Parna means a leaf. So during the penance, Parvati had at one stage given up even eating the leaves. She was sustaining only on water. So the stage when she had given up any form of solid food, okay, including the leaves, then she got the name Aparna, one who does not even consume leaf. So this is one. And in Kumar Sambhava of Kalikasa, we have a very beautiful description of how she got this name Aparna. The other way of looking at the word Aparna is Parna stands for a cover. Aparna is one who cannot be covered in the sense that unlike the Shankara's Advaita philosophy, where it is proposed that the Maya covers the Brahma. Here in our system, what we say is that Parashiva is someone whose expanse or whose awareness is something that cannot be covered or that cannot be concealed. That is why in many other texts, even in the Pashu Dasha, that is when the Shiva becomes the Pashu or the Jiva, even here he displays his 5-fold magnificence of Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Dhasa and Anakhya. That is why to specifically point this out, Acharya Kshemaraja has added one sutra in his Pratyabhijna Hridaya. Tathapi tatra panchavidha krityani karoti. So someone whose effulgence or whose magnificence cannot be covered by anything. So that is Aparna. The other way of interpreting this word is Aparna. Rina, one who takes away the Rina, the debts that we have in our life. The debts are of 2 types. One is that monetary debt that we may owe to someone. Otherwise, it is believed that a person, when he is born, as soon as he is born with 3 debts. One is the debt that he owes to the gods, the Devarna. The second is the debt that he owns to the rishis. The third is to his ancestors, the Pitrurina. So Devarana, Rishirina, and Pitrurina. And we have to pay back the debts before our earthly play comes to an end. So the Devarana is paid back by our services to the Devatas, by our bhakti. The Rishi Rina is paid back by the Adhyayana or by the study of the Shastras that the Rishis have or our Acharya Purushas have given to us. And the Pitru Rina is by continuing the legacy or by continuing the lineage. So that is the three Rinas that we are born with. And she helps us deliver from all the three debts that we have in our life. So she is Aparna. The next Nama is Shambari Maya. Shambari is, the word Shambara is something which is inexplicable, something which is very, very mysterious. So she has this power of mysterious play. She is Shambari Maya, mystery in the sense that even in the state of contracted Jiva, we are able to see the glimpses of our Parashiva Avastha. Yet we are not able to convince ourselves that we are Shiva. This is our core or this is our essential nature. So, in spite of the flashes of awareness or flashes of Chit as our Swarupa, which she shows even during this state, we are unable to overcome our preconceived ideas about ourselves, about our body, and about our existence. So this play is called as the Shambari Maya. So she is the Shambari Maya. She is the one who causes the bondage. She is the one who will release us from the bondage. So both the work is done by her only. So Shambari Maya. The next is Mandira. Mandira is the place where a divinity is realized or understood. So, Mahara was saying that in Kashmir, everything else is encompassed, including the Kailasha, including the Ganga. One does not have to go or look beyond the region of Kashmir. It is not only that, the system that our acharyas brought up was that you don't have to go beyond your own sharira. There is nowhere else that you have to look for divinity. All the divinities are present in this very sharira itself. So this sharira is the place where you can have the glimpse of your or of the divinity, which is our own true core selves. She is Mandira. But this particular nama, though in the manuscript it reads as Mandira here, Sahib Kaul Maharaj in his Devi Nama Vilasa, he reads this Nama as Madira. So Madira is the intoxicant drink. So why is she called as the Madira? It is Madira stands for the three malas, because of which a man forgets his true nature and he is so convinced and he believes himself to be something that he actually is not. Just as an intoxicant drink will make us forget who we are and make us act in manner that we would not be doing in our full conscious self. Similarly, it is the play of the three malas that makes us act very, very differently from our how we are in our original pristine pure state of being pure awareness. So she is Madira. So that is an explanation which Sahib Kaul Maharaj gives in the Devi Nama. The next Nama is Mrudu Hasini, the one who smiles very, very gently. So in the Natya Shastra, while elaborating on the Hasya Rasa, the 6 kinds of laughter are described there. And it also says what kind of characters should be presented exhibiting that kind of laughter or smile. So in that, the Uttamottama, the best characters, okay, should be shown as smiling, where only the lips move, even the teeth are not visible. And he just, no, it starts with the Smita, Hasita, Ati Hasita, Vihasita, Prahasita. It goes down like that. And the lowest character on the stage to be shown will be shown laughing loudly with his body trembling, holding his sides and the flanks. So that kind. So the very fact that it is that Smita, okay, is that Mrudu Hasa that is being referred to here. So shows the Uttamottama character, how they should conduct themselves. And in Srimad Ramayana, Sri Rama is always described as Smita Purva Bhashi, one who will always have this Smita, the gentle smile on his face, Purva Bhashi, and he will not wait for the person standing opposite to him to start the conversation. So he will make him comfortable by starting the conversation. So he's a Purva Bhashi. So the Uttamottama characters are always in the in our literature described as sporting this kind of laughter, namely the Smita or Mrudu Hasa. So Mrudu Hasini. Next is Kula Vagishwari. Kula, we have seen, is the term that refers to a closed group. That is why the sadhana that is practiced by the Kula, by the closed group of sadhakas, is called as Kaula. So this sadhana or this upasana is something esoteric. It is not meant for public display, or it is not meant to be flaunted openly in the public. Why? Because of its status of being rahasya. The meaning of the word rahasya is not that something secretive is happening here, but it is because every person is unique. Therefore, every acharya's upadesha to the sishya is unique. No two disciples can exchange notes, especially when it comes to the sadhana. So it is kept in a very tight loop of a closed group. So that is one meaning of the word Kula. Kula has multiple dimensions. One such dimension is the Mooladhara, or the place where the Kundalini resides. So that is also called as the Kula, where Ku, that is the earth, attains Laya. Ku Layam Gachati iti Kula. So that is the Prithvi, where the Mooladhara is the Prithvi. So Kula, Vag Ishwari. So the Vag of the four, the Parapashyanti, Madhyama and Vaikari, it is the Vag which is in the Kula, which rises to the Paravag in the Sahasranam. So she is Kulavag Ishwari. The next nama is
Nityaklina.
Nitya.
Nitya, Nityaklo.
Nitya. So from here on, we come across certain names which denote the devatas in the Sri Vidya tradition, who are the innermost triangle near the Bindu. If you see the structure of the Sri Chakra, in the center we will have the Bindu, the dot. And just outside the dot, we will have the first triangle. Then it will follow the other triangles, no? The 8, then the 10, and another 10, then the 14, and all this. So the innermost triangle, where the Bindu, the central point is encompassed. That is, the Bindu is the place for the Lalita Mahatripura Sundari to reside. And on the 3 sides of the triangle, there are 5, 5, 5. That is totally 15 devatas. They are called as the Nitya devatas. And these Nitya are also known by another affix added, that is Tithi Nitya. They represent each Tithi, that is in the waxing phase and the waning phase of the moon, each of the Tithi, they represent. So these Nitya Devatas are the 15 aspects of the Srishti. And this is a concept which is in other terms also covered by the Dwadashakali conceptualization by Acharya Aminova Gupta in his Dwadashakali Stotra. which is a core Krama principle. So these devatas are the aspects of the supreme consciousness when it expresses itself. So of those Nityas, Nitya Klina is the name of one Nitya. So there we will come across some more names which are actually the proper names of the Nitya Devis or the Tithi Nitya Devis. So the next Nama is the Tithi is Nitya Klina. The word Klina means ever wet, Ardra, which is wet. Nitya Klina, one who is always wet. See, the word Lalita itself comes from the root und klidane. That is that moisture. So just when we see, it is the water which gives life. Anything which is bereft of water is also bereft of life and beauty. In the nature we can see, when there is water, there is life and there is beauty. In places where there is no water, we see something very, very dry, and that is something which normally people cannot enjoy. So the word or this wetness is always associated with beauty and compassion. So the word Nitya Klina means one who is ever compassionate, one who always displays that ardrata, okay, that compassion for the other beings. So Nitya Klina. The next is Krishodari. We will actually come across one more Nama, which is opposite or which sounds opposite in its meaning to this. Krishodari means, Krisha means lean, Udara means stomach. So one who has a very flat or a very lean mid-range. The one is in the Samudrika Lakshana, how an ideal feminine personality has to be depicted. She has to be depicted with a slender waist, having the three folds and all that. So that is one aspect. That is a physical aspect of the word Krishodari. But it also means one who has the ability to digest everything that is offered. So Udara is stomach, normally associated with digesting the content or the food that we eat. So in spite of all that is offered, one who has the ability to consume everything that is eaten is also referred by the word Krishodari. So normally when this is one of the one aspects that I always point out in the iconography. The people who do not study the proper these Sthapatya texts or the architectural manuals for depicting the Puranic personalities, when they usually paint or draw Bhimasena, one amongst the five Pandavas, he's always shown with tall and other personality is fine, but at least a few years back he was shown with a pot belly. That is not the fact. In Mahabharata, he has a name, Vrikodara. Vrikodara means one whose appetite is insatiable like that of a fox. And fox will eat as much as it can, yet it will have its stomach very deep. So, in the Sthapatya text, Bhimasena is not to be shown as a fat personality. He has to be shown as a person with a very well-formed mid. Okay, coming to this Krishodari, it means that one who can digest all that is given, yet stay lean. In the sense, she can absorb all the experiences and have space for more. Because as a pramata, as the perceiver, she has the capacity to undergo all the experiences and ingest the experiences and make it one with herself. So this is that fifth state of the five krityas, which Acharya Kshemaraja explains in Pratyabhijnana. So any amount of experiences is ingested and made one with consciousness. So because of that, she is referred or called as Krishodari here. The next nama is
Kameshwari.
Kameshwari. Kameshwari is the first Tithi Nitya. So Kama Ishwari, one who is the goddess of all desires. Desires at the physical or the as at our level, that is in the Pashu Dasha, and also the desire that sprouts in Parashiva as the Adya Spanda. So she is that Icha Shakti which manifests at the cosmic level and also at the microcosmic level of beings. So she is Kameshwari. Next is Neela. Neela is one who is black in complexion. Usually the word for blue, dark blue and black was Neela. So when we refer to as Neela Megha, it means dark clouds. So Krishna is also black in complexion, not blue in complexion. And we really don't know how Shiva started being depicted as bluish in complexion. Because nowhere in Puranas, even in Puranas, nowhere Shiva is mentioned as blue in complexion. He's white. Only his throat has that bluish hue. He's a Neelakantha. Otherwise, he is white like crystal. Shuddha Spatika Sankasha. That is how he is described. Okay, coming. So Neela means dark in complexion. Dark color always in the Puranic symbolism refers to the ability to merge everything into herself without and after merging, where the individuality is no longer recognized. This is like when all the lights get sucked in to it and does not pass out. Even in science, we explain it as the black hole. So black is that color where all the radiations are observed and we no longer know or can separate the one frequency from the other. Similarly, that is why Dakshina Kali is represented as black in color. Because during the Samhara, she assimilates everything into herself and makes them one with herself. So after she has assimilated everything into herself, that Veda, the differences that were felt before are no longer existing. So she is Neela. Also refers at a physical level to one who has jet black hair. So long jet black hair is also another interpretation of the word Neela. Then comes the Nama Bherunda or
Birunda Vahinivasini.
Bherunda. Okay. This is another Tithi Nitya Devata. So Kameshwari, Nityaklirna, Bherunda. The word Bherunda means one who is having a very terrific appearance. One whose physical appearance looks very, very terrific. In the sense, she's fearful to look at. In the tantric symbolism, this fearful appearance of the Devata shows her ability to cause the Dvaita Bhavana in the sphere of dualistic existence. Every experience, even those experiences that we consider to be Sukha, is actually Dukkha. Something that Patanjali also mentions in his Yoga Sutra. We may think that a particular experience is Sukha, but either as its result or as during the process of acquisition of that particular property, or because of the fact that the longevity of that particular experience is very less, it will ultimately cause dukkha. So to show that the experiences in the world may look happy or pleasant, but actually are cause of pain, the Devata, to remind that particular aspect of the duality, is shown as fearful in appearance. So that is why even the Trika Shastra, when we speak about the threefold goddesses, the Para, Parapara and Apara, the Apara represents the dualistic notion. So Apara is always shown in a very terrific manner, with all the protruding fangs and flowing hair and kind of. So she is Bherunda. Vanhi Vasini. This is another Tithi Nitya Devata. Vanhi Vasini. Name is very simple. Vanhi means Agni or fire. Vasini, one who resides. One who resides in the fire.
Yeah.
So she is surrounded by fire. This the term Vanhi Vasini or the fire is the fire of knowledge, the Jnana Agni. The one who is surrounded by Jnana Agni. And the speciality of the Agni is whatever goes into Agni becomes one with it. After that, it loses its original form. Similarly, the Jnana is something that consumes everything. That is why in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Jnana Agni bhasmasat kurte Arjuna. Just as the Jnana Agni consumes everything and turns it into ash. So whatever we have added, it has lost its original name, its original form, color, etc. And everything is now made uniform or alike. Similarly, she is that jnana which will make all our subjective experiences alike in its state of assimilation. So she is Vanhi Vasini. Lambodari. Yeah, this is the nama which sounds opposite to the previous nama Krishodari. Krishodari is one who has slender waist. Lambodari means one who has big stomach. Okay, Lambodari. Usually, Mahaganapati is called by the name Lambodaraha. So, Lambodari always refers to, when this conceptualization of a big belly is there, it refers to the act of creation, one who holds the entire potency to create within herself. So, the entire prapancha is held within her, or she has the potency to bring out the entire srishti or the entire creation from within herself. She does not require any other external agency to do this. So to denote that aspect of her being the cause, the source, the yoni of the world, she is called as Lambodari. Mahakali. Mahakali, the great Kali. Okay, the word Kali itself means kal, comes from the dhatu kal kalane. Okay, to compute or to calculate. So the aspect of Mahakali is the reversal of Lalita Mahatripura. So that is why in the Tantra Shastra, Lalita and Kali are considered to be the two sides of the two faces of the same same supreme consciousness. While the Lalita Tripura Sundari represents the Sthiti phase, that is the evolution phase from Shiva to Jivavastha, Mahakali represents the involution phase of the path from the Jiva to becoming Shiva. So exactly whatever is there in the Upasana of Lalita will be there in the Upasana of Mahakali also. Here also Tithi Nitya will be there. There also Tithi Nityas are there. Only thing is that the same Devata performs different functions in the Pati Dasha and in the Pashu Dasha. This also Acharya mentions in Pratyavijñā Hridaya in a very detailed manner. There he invokes four goddesses, the Khechari, the Bhuchari, the Dikchari, and the Gochari. And he says how they function during the Srishti and how the same function during the Samhara or the involution phase. Okay, so Mahakali, one who causes or one who destroys all differences and absorbs or one who makes one free from all the differentiating aspects by which he had become the Pashu. So one who is responsible to turn the Pashu into the Pati or Shiva himself is Mahakali. Vidya Vidyeshwari. Actually, it is Vidya Avidya Ishwari. Vidya and Avidya. One who is the goddess of both Vidya as well as the Avidya. So in the Sampradaya, there are 3 levels of knowledge. In the Upanishads, it is spoken of as Paravidya and Aparavidya. Paravidya is the science of self-realization, whereas Aparavidya is everything that we will require for the functional aspect during the worldly existence. And under this Aparavidya, once again we classify it under the Vidyasthanas, the 18 Vidyasthanas, the Ashtadasha Vidyasthanas, and Chatushashti Kalas, the 64 Kalas. So what is it? In today's parlance, if we have to see, we have this typical pyramid. On the top of the pyramid, we have the experiential wisdom, which is represented by the Paravidya. And below that, we have the abstract sciences or the pure sciences. So these abstract or the pure sciences, that is the next stage of knowledge processing, that is the abstraction. It is represented in the 18 Vidyasthanas, all the Shastras. Now these sciences have to be made into practical applications. So the practical applications of these sciences are in the 64 Kalas. So they are practical sciences. So when we divide the knowledge, the experiential wisdom, the Paravidya, the pure sciences, that is the Ashtadasha Vidyasthanas, and the 64 Kalas, which are the practical sciences. So the pure sciences is Vidya. Avidya is the Vidyasthanas and the Chatushashti Kalas. So she is the goddess, or she is the one who is responsible for all the both, that is the Para as well as the Apara aspects of the Vidya. Because it is in awareness that everything is born and everything subsides. So she is Vidya Vidyeshwari. Vidya, Avidya, Ishwari. Next is Nareshwari. Nara, man. Ishwari, one who is present in every human being as his true self or the true nature. So even though we identify ourselves with this body, with this mind, or the various indriyas and the emotions. So when I say, or when I call myself, I am Ramachandrasekhar, son of so and so, I am associating myself currently with my physical body. When I say I am happy, I am associating myself with an emotion. When I say that I am hard in hearing, I am associating myself with an indriya, a sense of the sense of hearing. So in various points of time, we associate ourselves with the physical body, the sharira, the indriya, or the manas. In spite of that, she exists in all of us as our core nature, as an Ishvara. So she is Nareshwari. So one who is present in all the humans, in spite of their limited experience about themselves, to remind them of what their core or existential nature is. So Nareshwari. Satya. Satya is one who is the absolute truth. So there are, what is absolute, what is the truth, and what are the ideas superimposed on the truth. So absolute truth is that we are the nature of Parashiva, who is Chidaika Ghana, Ananda, Ichha Jnana Kriya Shaktivan. Everything else that we think about ourselves or about the world is the superimpositions of ideas that we have created or loaded upon it. So she is that ultimate truth or the fact which cannot be changed. That she is the Sanatana. She is something that cannot be changed. She is Satya. Yeah. Sarva Saubhagya Vardhini. Saubhagya means good fortune. Sarva Saubhagya, all the good fortunes. So whether it is bhoga, that is the physical, that is the experiences in the world which we deem as pleasures, or the moksha, the experience of ourselves as the cause of all the pleasures, whether it is bhoga or the moksha. Sarva Saubhagya Vardhini. She is the one who helps us to realize our nature through the pravritti as well as through the nivritti mark. So she is Sarva Saubhagya Vardhini. We can approach her through the pravritti also. We can approach her through the nivritti. That is, through indulgence also we can realize her, or by withdrawal, through withdrawal also we can realize her. So Sarva Saubhagya Vardhini. I lost the flow.
Here.
Sankarshini. Okay. Sankarshini.
Sankarshini.
It's a very beautiful name. Sankarshana. One who pulls or attracts everything. The term specifically, when used, it refers to the Balabhadra or Balarama. In a generic sense, the word Sankarshana or Sankarshini, referring to Devi, means one who has the ability to pull everything back into herself. So she is that power of the centric bindu into which everything else is pulled and merged. So she is the Sankarshini. Sankarshini in the Devi Nama Vilasa, Sahibkal Maharaj says that she is that Shakti who's Durmoha Nashini, one who destroys the moha and makes the person realize about his Shiva Swarupa. So Sankarshini, while giving the Vyakhyana, he uses this term, Durmoha Nashini. Next is Narasimhi. Narasimhi is the feminine power of Narasimha. So when we speak about the Saptamatrikas, there are two versions. In one version, Narasimhi appears as one of the Saptamatrikas. That is, if we follow the tradition of the Devi Durga Saptashti, the Saptamatas are Brahmi, Maheshwari, Kaumari, Vaishnavi, Varahi, Narasimhi, and Indrani and Chamunda. So these are the Matrikas. In other tradition, Narasimhi is replaced by Mahalakshmi. Whatever. So Narasimhi is the power of Narasimha. This is one aspect. From the Adhyatma point of view, the word Simha is derived from the dhatu hims, that which causes violence. Because it is a ferocious animal, it is termed or it is called as Simha. Comes from the dhatu hims. So Narasimhi, one who causes violence to bring an end to our existence as Nara. So so she is that power which ensures that we no longer identify ourselves in a contracted form as Nara, and we realize ourselves as the Supreme Ishvara. So the word Narasimhi is referring to her aspect of the one who. And why does it require violence? It requires violence because of so many janmas. Our conditioning is so strong. Our attachment to the notions about ourselves is very, very strong. So it requires a violent jolt for us to get out of this conditioning that we have developed about ourselves. So she is the Narasimha. Vaishnavi. This is another Saptamatrika. the power of Vishnu or the Shakti of Vishnu is Vaishnavi. Otherwise, the word Vishnu comes from the dhatu Vyapanath, one who is all pervasive. So Vaishnavi is that all pervasive Shakti. So there is not a single place which can ever be conceived of where Shakti is not present. So she is everywhere because she is the one who has become everything. So there cannot be any place where she cannot be felt or she cannot be known. So she is that all pervasive power, the Vaishnavi Shakti. Mahodari. Mahodari, another nama with the Udara. Okay. So Maha, same meaning as the word Lambodari is there. But here Mahodari also covers the aspect of the like in the previous session we had seen why the word Maha is important in our system. Just as the Aham reflects the process of evolution from Shiva to the last, that is the Prithvi Tattva, the reversal process, that is the involution process from the Prithvi, from Ha to A, that is the Shiva Tattva, okay, to make us realize our true nature of being Shiva is called as the Maha. So Mahodari, so while she is responsible for the creation, she is also responsible or she carries the potency within her to make us realize this true nature about ourselves as being Shiva. So she is Mahodari. So why is it that time and again, it is not here, it is not going to stop here. We are going to see many hundreds of namas which stresses these aspects of Devi as one responsible for Srishti and one responsible for the Samhara. It is to serve as an indicator. In the Shastra, they use the word as Mudgara or Kuthara. Just as you have to hammer a hard rock again and again and again, so that it splits and loses its original Kathanya or its hardness. Similarly, one has to emphasize and re-emphasize as many times as it is required for us to loosen the bond of the misconceptions that we hold about ourselves. So we have so many namas which have this implication about her being responsible for these. So go to the next now. Katyayani. The next nama is Katyayani. The daughter of Katyayana Rishi is Katyayani. So the Rishi Katyayana performed penance to have Devi as her daughter, and she fulfilled that boon, and she is born as the daughter, or she is adopted by Katyayana Rishi as her daughter. So to fulfill the wishes of her father, Katyayana Rishi, she travels all the way from Kashmir. On her way, she halts in Kashi, and she sees that people are all suffering due to famine, because the water had completely changed its course, and the bed was running dry. So as Annapurni, she fulfills or she satisfies the hunger of people. So in Kashi, the most important devata apart from Vishvesha is Annapurna. So after fulfilling that responsibility, she once again travels all the way up to Kanchi, and in Kanchi or Kanchipura in Tamil Nadu, she establishes herself. She performs penance, and she invokes Shiva in a form of a sand linga. Okay, and uh, uh, she is worshipped there as Kamakshi. So the connect between the Kashmir and Kanchipura is narrated in this Puranic lore. So she travels from there to fulfill her promise to the Rishi Katyayana. So she becomes his daughter, adopted daughter, and to perform penance, she reaches Kanchipura, and there she worships Shiva and attains Shiva there and becomes Kamakshi. So this story is narrated in connection with the name Katyayani. The other meaning of the word Katyayani is one who is the source of all lights, the source of all prakasha. As an awareness, she is responsible for us to know everything, or in all the cognitive process. It is because of this substratum awareness that we are able to know everything. Therefore, she is Katyayani. Champa. Champa is the flower, the yellow, golden yellow flower, and has a very strong fragrance. Normally said to attract snakes. So if there are these flowers, then the snakes are also abiding there. So at the Adhyatma level, she represents that fragrance to which the Kundalini, which is personified as a snake, is attracted. So she is that fragrance of the Sahasrara, attracted to which the Kundalini rises up. So she is that Shiva to unite with whom the Kundalini rises up. So she is Champa. Sarva Sampatti Karini. One who bestows all the kind of sampatti, all the kind of prosperities, physical, spiritual, all. So Sarva Sampatti Karini. Next is Narayani. Nara, man. Ayana, place where he resides. To the where all men reside, or where all being. The word Nara is in this context non-gender specific. It refers to all beings, not only humans, all beings in the world. So Nara Ayana, the one or the repose of all beings is Narayana. The Shakti of Narayana is Narayani. That is, in her everything resides. So she is Narayani. Mahanidra. The Nidra is of three types. In Saptashati, we come across three names for Nidra, or three Ratris is what we come across. Maharatri, Moharatri, Daruna. So Nidra, what we experience as sleep, is the first. Okay, where all the indriyas, all the sense organs, they merge into the mind, and the mind also becomes dormant. So that is the Nidra, or the Sushupti Avastha. This is a normal. Mahanidra is the sleep where all the senses of duality vanishes. In the Sapta Pramatra Bhumika, this represents, and this is not the final state. This is the Pralayakala stage of Pramata. That is, Pralayakala is during, see, we believe in the cycles of creation. Okay, so between one cycle of creation or one kalpa and the second kalpa, that what will happen to all the jiva? So all the jivas lose their identity. They become the Shunya Pramatas. Okay, so that stage of Shunya Pramata is also where nothing else is known. Just like in the state of deep sleep, we don't know anything. Here also, there is nothing else which is known, because everything is dissolved back to its causal form. So that state is called as the Mahanidra. The next nama, that is the Yoga Nidra, is that final state of awakening. So that state of awakening is where there is Nidra, that is, we are asleep, but it is a yogic sleep. Yogic sleep in the sense that we are aware of what we have to be aware of, and we are unaware of what is superficial. In the sense, in Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna says, Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutana, Tasyam Jagarti Samyami. That is, the difference between an ordinary person and a yogi is this. For us, people like us, we will give importance to things which are not real or not permanent in their true form. So we associate importance to earning, fame, name, etc. in a comfortable life and all this. Whereas a yogi, his preference is to see what is the or what is the true nature of whatever objects he is experiencing. So in Vijnana Bhairava, when Bhairava says, Grahya Grahaka Samvittihi Samanya Sarvadehina. So a man sees and a yogi sees the same object. I may see the same book, a yogi may also see the same book. What is the difference? Sambhande Savadhanata. That is, the difference is when we see the book separate from ourselves. When a yogi sees it, he sees the book as an extension of his own awareness. So that sambandha, that is where the difference comes. So the yoga nidra is being aware to the fact as it is. So this is the highest state of being self-aware. So this is the yoga nidra. Prabhavati. And once the yoga nidra state is attained, there is nothing else but pure light of awareness. So Prakashika Ghana Swarupa. So she is Prabha. Prabha is the light or pure light. Prabhavati. Can we stop here, Mara, or should we continue?
No, I think let us stop, Ji, because it is already 1 hour now. We will stop at Prabhavati and we'll continue from next week.
Pragya Paramita.
Yes, Ji. Yes, yes. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Dhanyavad.
We'll meet
Thank you.
next week. Yes, thank you.
very much.
धन्यवाद.
Dhanyavad.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.